871. Look what just found. We got another copper ender bank wrap penny roll. I just want to make a quick announcement. I talk about, I have to think, I don't have to. I think about things to talk about every day. And while I'm doing that, if you have an idea for a topic of the show, obviously I can't do it if I don't like it. It has to be a good topic. It could be about anything. I was a social worker, so I mean, as long as I could keep it, semi PG 13, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Send a. You could do a message in the comments section with your email address, and then erase your email address after I contact you or whatever. You can leave it there if you don't care, or you can email me. I won't. I only check my email about once every couple weeks. So you can email me, LookWhatJesFound@gmail.com. And then I'll respond to. I'll let you know because I schedule my videos, right. Only if you're a member do you see the videos as I schedule them. Everyone else sees the videos when they on the. I forget. I don't even know the term. You schedule them, and then they show on the date they're scheduled. But on the day that they're scheduled, like a tongue twister, man. I don't know if it's a joke or whatever. Anyway, so if you want a topic, either email, but you have to put down your email so I can let you know. No close AM. I can let you know when. Look at all the copper in there. Oh my good! What a beauty! What a stunner! What a stunner! So I can let you know when what video I spoke about your topic in, right? So if you leave me your email address, I will, or you email me, and then I'll respond to you. First of all, I'll let you know if I could talk about it or not. Like if you say something ridiculous like that, that's campaign number 3 already. That was fast. That I can't talk about, then obviously, then I'll just say I'm sorry, I can't talk about that. It's not appropriate for the channel. It doesn't have to be about coins. It could be about anything. It just has to be PG 13, no white AM. That's a nice one though. It's kind of shiny. Yeah, hold on to that. PG 13. You know what I mean? But certain topics, and remember, this is a hobby channel, so it's okay. I get into weird stuff sometimes. You know what I mean? And things off topic. I love talking about Christ. I mean, I could talk about Jesus and my feelings about him and all the things that I've learned about his life while he was. I mean, he has while he was in human form, right? I could talk about that forever and ever and ever. I mean, oh man, forget about. There's reasons why people could dedicate have for eons have dedicated their life to Christ, and they could just study him in scrolls forever, and just it's just so amazing. His life was so amazing. Of course, he was God. He walked over water, right? He got out of the boat and he walked to the shore. He brought people back from death. His when he said, "This is my body," do you know it was really his body? That wasn't a euphemism. That wasn't a metaphor. That was truly when he said, "Take this bread. This is my body." He transformed the bread into his actual tissue. There are look it up. I'm throwing that out. If you think I made that up, look that up. You know what? Here, I'll show you. The Eucharist miracle of Lanciano, the Eucharist miracle of Lanciano, featuring, it says alleged, living tissue, human heart muscle and blood is held in the Church of St. Francis in Laciano, Italy. The relics are displayed in a 1713 silver and glass above the altar. That was truly his body. He didn't remember when we talk about Christ. We're not. Nothing is metaphor. When he said this is I'm God, he meant I'm God. I can raise people from dead. I can walk over water. I can turn water into wine. That's God. It wasn't a metaphor. He's not the Easter Bunny man or Santa Claus. You see how I can get into it and I start losing. Forget about it, man. I mean, anyway, so you can let me get off of it. You can send topics. I'm more than happy to, if they're, like I said, if it's appropriate, I'm more than happy to. That's copy number 5, to discuss it on the channel. Christ is my favorite topic. Gets my blood going, you know? I mean, he's just, the miracles that he provides are just unbelievable. I've been praying for so long. Anyway, I can't, I just I get overwhelmed. Got to check for that extra thickness. Usually, my understanding is if you see it in the Liberty, you really want to see it a little bit in the motto. I don't know if it has. I mean, obviously, there are some examples that don't have to show anywhere else besides. That's copy number 6. So I'll keep bringing that up during the videos, the introduction, beginning of the videos. I'll do it for a little while, you know. And, you know, I'll talk about whatever you want, you know, whatever's appropriate, I'll talk about it. I feel like I'm on this Jesus topic now. I hate to just forget about it, move on, you know. You know, when I went to Catholic school for 12 years, probably, you know, one of the few, anyway, it was one of the things that my parents did that I'm grateful for, is that they sent me to Catholic school. I learned how to pray, right? Because in public school, they don't teach you prayers. And my memory's not the best. There's a good chance if I wasn't put into Catholic school, I wouldn't know the basic prayers. I would have had to learn them at a later years, and I would have been at a disadvantage, you know. But they did put me in Catholic school. I'm gonna throw that one out. And I learned my prayers, and and for that I'm forever grateful. And again, the Lord works in mysterious ways, you know. Anyway, that's that. And he didn't become part of my life until later on. Copy number 9. A lot of copper in this roll. And I was actually agnostic. I was worse than agnostic, you know. Yeah, I was agnostic. I was like a twisted agnostic, you know, like I would just, you know, just not good, man. Not good. And it wasn't until I was in my 30s that the Lord put someone in front of me that taught me. I spent some time with the guy, you know. I spent some time with him, and he told me where he was staying. He would sleep in. His name was What's Your Name. I don't know if I've ever even spoken about this guy before on the channel. I like to dedicate a whole video to it, to be honest with you. to this guy. I think that's what I'm gonna do for the next episode. 2017 D. Don't find too many of those. So very quick. Anyway, so I'm gonna go into it in the next video about this guy, and I'll get one of his videos up on YouTube. But you can look him up. His name is the Jesus guy. Someone did. That's a nice shiny. And people did documentaries on him. And well, one person did a documentary on him. Such a crazy. I mean, when I say crazy, I shouldn't use that word crazy, but such a miracle. Really, really, I'm telling you. Ah, man, the things that when you expose your life to Christ, the miracles will happen in your life. I'm telling you this. You don't have to believe me. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. You don't have to believe me. But miracles happen, and every time I ever prayed to Christ for something that was important to me, my prayer every time, when I tell you every time. I remember this one time I was having problems at one of the jobs I was working at, and I got into an argument with the security guard. The security guard, I worked this crisis a crisis counselor, and I worked at night. And there was this security guard who was he was huge, man. This guy had to be like 6'3", 6'4", 250. He was like a wrestler. Like he was just he looked like Lurch from and I'm short. I'm like 5'7". I am 5'7". I'm not like 5'7". 5'7". I'm a short guy. I'm a little guy. And and I work, and when you work in crisis, you work in teams. And I was out. And my partner was a female, and we came out. We came back to the office, and whew, he unloaded on my part. She left the door open. She was behind me, and she left the door open when we walked in. The wind. It was so cold outside that the wind blew the door, kept the door open. You ever seen that happen? And he yelled at her for leaving the door open. But he screamed on her like the way a psycho parent screams on their little kid. That's how he was yelling at her. And I had stepped between them. I said, when you scream at somebody, somebody who's not afraid of you, don't. And I had to look up. My head was in his chest. This dude was huge, you know. And I was like, and he was so angry. I was like, me and this guy might get physical right now, which he probably would have killed me. He was monstrous, but I was like, I'm not gonna let that happen. You know what I'm saying? Um, and and I needed the job, man. I needed the job, and I remember that's cop pain number 10, I think. And I remember the next morning, I was like, I'm gonna lose my job because I screamed at him the way he screamed at her, you know, and I knew that wasn't appropriate. And I was like, I'm gonna lose my job. Anyway, I prayed in the morning. I prayed hard. I actually pulled the car over before I went into work, and I thought there was no way I wasn't gonna lose my job, man. I mean, me and this guy really went into it, and anyway, I did get written up for it, but I kept my job, and it looked like, but he must have knew somebody there because nothing happened to him at all. And I was like, you. I remember being, anyway, nothing happened to me. I was the one who got in trouble. Out of the three of them, it was me who got in trouble, but I didn't lose my job. And everything was going to turn out okay behind that. And I just remembered just the prayer. I always felt like Christ, intervened on that. And, you know, that's all, man. I don't know. It's so amazing when you have a life in Christ. That's all I could tell you. Anyway, this is episode 871. And I will see you in episode 872. I will talk about, go look him up, the Jesus guy, in case you can't wait a day to watch his videos. And I'll see you in the next one.